and create other souls out of that essence, and use those souls as pawns, as parts of consciousness that can act for themselves, of which memories are then encoded through your incarnation, and give it to them, and they never have to do it themselves. And the reason they never want to do this themselves is because it's pain and suffering, and they don't want to experience it. They just want to know about it. And this is how this paradigm of pain and suffering has evolved. They could have never done this to souls that were just as old as they were within time and space, because no soul would choose this. The only way you would choose it is if you make another soul out of the self that is relatively younger than you within the relativity of duality, and that is innocent and does not know it, and then do lead it or guide it into these realms. That's the only way it would be done. Because I know, for example, my higher self, he's not my higher self, but the soul that calls himself within time and space is my higher self, David. He would never want to come back to this realm. He's already been here once. He was sent here by Ben. So he remains in higher planes now and works in groups and does the same thing Ben does. Now, David does this because he believes we are separate from the angels. I call them angels. That's what they are called in Judeo-Christian terminology. They are the selves that never ever die. And there are only 72 that experience this, that have done this and created this matrix of higher selves within the one self. And they are angels. You were begotten within time and space the same as they were. The soul that created my soul, my incarnation that I'm experiencing as myself right now, David, was created and begotten within the one self, the same way that Ben was. Except Ben will never die. Ben will forever be able to have everlasting life within the one self as an angel who never dies. But yet she wants to tell David, eventually, David, after your many incarnations are over, after you're done doing this in the higher planes and incarnating offspring into lower realms and having them merge back into your oneness, now merge into my oneness. And David is going to die. Now, he's not ever going to die. What will happen is actually he'll shift at that moment to the unified field and know the unified field as what he is, which is a good thing. But he can do that now within time and space because he is inseparably connected with it anyway. He will no longer be able to act for himself the moment he merges again with Ben. But Ben will always act for herself. She will never do that to her own soul. And that is why they teach us we are different from angels. We are different from angels because we evolve differently, because they have created a system by which we evolve differently. They have done this and placed themselves at the hierarchy of the matrix of higher selves. And again, in Michael Newton's book, they are called the elders, the ones who guide the cycles of reincarnation of human souls. The one thing they never tell us is that we are angels. We are angels that are choosing this paradigm of evolving because they have told us this is how it is done. And that is the lie. It is done this way because we are choosing it. And as long as realms of death and suffering exist within the one self, these realms are created and sustained by the serpent of DNA. DNA is a part of time and space as well, yes. And these oversouls organized, used the light and the energy of the one self to organize what is called DNA. And organize it, place it into certain worlds within the self where it would evolve, and they guide and direct the course of evolution of all animals and all species, and have used these embodiments by creating souls within the self, setting up systems of reincarnation within the realms of these planets. And And they are receiving all the experiences that they never have to create for themselves within time and space. They have enslaved angel souls. You are an angel. You were begotten out of another part of time and space. I was begotten out of David. David created me the same way he was created by Ben. And Ben was created by an angel. She is an angel. Except Ben was created by an angel that never takes away Ben's experiences and then asked her to merge again into oneness with that angelic parent within time and space. Ben never does this. It is an abuse of the essence of God. If you want to call the unified matrix the essence of God, that is who you are, both within duality and beyond. And it is abuse of it. It is, they have created these realms, and as long as these realms of suffering exist within the self, and this paradigm continues, that is all based upon a lie. They do not want us to know that we are angels. They have used their own offspring within time and space, these 72 angels that have placed themselves at the hierarchy of the matrix of all souls that come into these lower realms. They have done this, again, because they don't want to experience it firsthand, but want the knowledge of it. They want the knowledge of good and evil, but they never want to partake of the fruit of the allegorical tree of knowledge of good and evil and actually die themselves. You are an angel. Now, what are you going to do when you are released from this incarnation? You can believe the soul that presents itself to you as your higher self within time and space. And you can believe that that is who you are. And you can give it all of the memories and experiences of suffering or experiences that were created in your incarnation and give it to that soul as its secondhand experiences. You can do that. But you are also the essence of what you are within time and space never has to die. It will forever ever create and has the potential to forever live. And if you do that, you believe the lie that the soul who creates you within time and space is your higher self, that brought you into the duality of who you are beyond as the unified field. You can give it all of your experiences, but as long as this paradigm is going on within the self, parts of the self are doing unto the essence of the self that which they do not want to experience, but want the knowledge of. You are denying that which you are. And the reason you are denying it is because the truth of you is you are both the particle and the wave. You are the unified field and that which is within it. You are inseparably connected to both, and you can be both at the same time and know yourself as both. You do not have to give up your ability to act for yourself forever and ever and ever within time and space, but can use the vehicle of your soul that is really created just as the angels are. You can use your ability to act and forever act for yourself to bring perceptions to the unified field of joy. The paradigm of creating other parts of the self and sending them into embodiments in lower realms and attaching the consciousness of those souls to these lower realms and then claiming those experiences as your own is bringing suffering to oneself. And the reason why these groups in the higher planes of the astral, the earth, are doing this is because they do not understand either. They believe the lie of the elders, the Anunnaki, the fallen angels the Sumerians talk about, the gods who created the serpent and created Adam. You are each Adam and Eve in the allegory. And they believe the lie. And they withhold the tree of life, which is separate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Again, I want to refer to you to those videos, Adam, Eve, and the serpent, that I placed on this channel. After Adam partakes of the tree of knowledge, those gods